By the way, we have dumped today's pundit panel because we're going to make this the whole show because, you know, this is so exciting. I mean, this is you guys' dream come true.
It's a dream come true.
It is. It's Taylor's an excellent example, or an excellent representative of the kinds of profoundly gifted young people that we're dealing with all over the country. The Academy is one of our programs where we deal with them in a specific way here in Reno. And that is, we have a school for them. We have many other programs around the country where we can't have schools for them, but we help them in other ways.
As you sit here listening, what goes through your mind?
Well, I hear a lot of, we have some incredible people. Taylor is very incredible, but there's some other people that we have that are doing some unique things, and that's what we kind of expected. We expect some people that could really help the country in the long run, and if we nurture these students, they'll give back positively, many positive things for all of us. So that's why I get so frustrated when people don't understand why we are focusing on this population, because in the regular schools they just keep the kids at their age level, and they don't give them anything. They're bored all the time.
Well, you know, you've had your first graduating class
Yes.
this year. To me, there's always the project when you plan it, and this is how you think it's going to go, this is how you hope it's going to go, and then there's the reality. And in the reality, it seems to me that you've actually exceeded your own expectations.
Yeah, I think we have in several ways.
Yes.
First of all, I think it's been substantially unanimous among the students that the Academy was the best experience of their life. In other words, Taylor alluded a little bit to that when he said he was bored in his previous schools. I doubt, Taylor, you're too bored at the Academy.
Okay, let's take a break right here. We'll come back much more with these guys right after break on Nevada Newsmakers.
To contact Nevada Newsmakers, call 775-857-2244 or go to NevadaNewsmakers.com.
I'm attorney Marilyn York. We only seek men as clients. If you are a man burdened by divorce, please visit our website at www.marilynork.net to learn more about your rights. We are Reno's largest exclusive divorce and family law firm.
Retailers, businesses where all of us shop. Good for you and good for Nevada. We're the Retail Association of Nevada, working to strengthen the business environment for Nevada retailers. And that's good for you. Retailers create nearly 500,000 jobs for Nevadans, generated over $2 billion just in sales tax revenues in 1 year, provided nearly $700 million to help our schools, and built a $20 billion positive impact on our state's economy. Retail works for Nevada and works for you.
As an employer, did you know you can be held liable for negligent hiring? A background screening by Employer Links can uncover criminal records, like alcohol and drug convictions. It can verify the applicant's education, driving records, and professional licenses. Employer Links can check civil records, registered sex offender records, and Social Security fraud. Hiring the right person shouldn't be a gamble. Call Employer Links. Employer Links, protecting your investment.
Easier way inside local entertainment. Las Vegas Review Journal. Get inside.
I'm divorce attorney Marilyn York, and we protect men. You deserve a fair financial settlement and time with your children.
If you need an attorney that gives a damn, call 324-7979 or visit MarilynYork.net for all your family law needs.
And now, back to Nevada Newsmakers with Sam Shad.
And back on Nevada Newsmakers, we continue our conversation with Bob and Jan Davidson, founders of the Davidson Institute for Talent Development. And we're also talking to Taylor Wilson. His dad's going to be on here in a little bit. So let's come back to you, Taylor. So what do you hope to achieve in the near term?
Okay. What what I'm really working on right now is using this fuser for different things. You know, there's a lot of more things I can do with it. Also expanding on this idea of, you know, protecting the United States from, you know, terrorist nuclear weapons, but also things like cancer treatment. You could irradiate, for example, silver nanoparticles. These silver nanoparticles would go to cancer cells, and because they've been irradiated with neutrons and they're now radioactive, they'll irradiate the cancer tumor, but they have such a short half-life that they'll be basically non-radioactive in only a couple of minutes, and thus won't cause much collateral damage. Plus, being silver nanoparticles, you can tag them and they'll go right to the cancer cell. So anyway, that's just some of the things I want to do with the fuser. So, you know, a variety of different things on this path of neutron sources. I want to develop them, and want to get my probably PhD in nuclear chemistry or nuclear engineering, and then probably work for the Department of Energy. That's kind of where I see myself on down the road.
So where do you go from here when you graduate from the academy? What school are you looking to go to, and how in the world do you find teachers for kids like this?
Well, that's a separate subject. That's where do you see yourself, Taylor?
Okay. So I kind of touched on that, but I don't have all my plans laid out. They change often, but what maybe I'll do is, you know, maybe stay at UNR for undergraduate. But looking at you know, master's degree or PhDs, maybe UC Berkeley. They have a long history in nuclear chemistry, which is my main passion. I've already visited their facilities. They collaborate with Lawrence Berkeley National Laboratory. I don't know if y'all are familiar with Glenn Seaborg. He basically marched up the periodic table, discovering all the, you know, elements past uranium up to a certain point. And anyway, he was there, and his tradition lives on. Also, I'm looking at the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, because they are the managing partner of Oak Ridge National Laboratories. So they have all those facilities access. Well, and they also have a great program there. So
let me ask you this. You know, one of the things that we've talked about in your previous visits onto the program has been that, you know, you've got the center here in Reno, but there are kids all across the country that are not being tapped into. How have your efforts gone so far in terms of being able to take this on more of a national level? Are there other districts in the country that are looking at programs like this?
I think there's more people getting interested in it, but we haven't seen any results yet.
Well, we do have other programs now. We don't have other schools. It's difficult because we deal with such a small population to put schools everywhere. Sure. Because there's not enough students to fill those schools. But we do have other programs. Our Young Scholar program deals with approximately 1,600 tailors around the country, and we can't give them as intensive services, but we've learned over the years, it's a 10-year experience now, how to deal, or how most effectively to deal with local school districts, administrators, local universities, and that sort of thing, to allow these students to just learn and grow and to do things like Taylor's doing that are going to help the rest of society. Initially there was resistance because, you know, that's not the way things are done, but when they tried a few things that we suggested and others have suggested in the past, such as acceleration, and they find out, well, it worked this time. Gee, we didn't think it was going to work. It worked. Well, it turns out it works in most cases. So one of the things we do with our students that aren't here in Reno is work on things such as acceleration. Approximately 40% of those, or 35% of those perhaps, are homeschooled because they have a schooling situation where it doesn't work for them. So we help them and make sure that their students, their children are getting a full and complete education, and that they're wired in with the community and that sort of thing.
All right, let's take another break and then we'll come back. And thank you for being here, Taylor. We're going to meet your dad here in just a couple of minutes. We'll be right back on Nevada Newsmakers after this timeout.